G'day! Today we're going to take a look at King's Quest IV. The story starts where King's Quest III left off, with King Graham tossing his adventurer's hat towards his two children, Alex and Rosella. Before either can catch the hat, the king falls gravely ill, with what appears to be a heart attack. Devastated, Rosella returns to the throne room, where Genesta the fairy contacts her through the magic mirror. She offers a magic fruit that will cure her father's illness, but Rosella would have to help her in order to return to Daventry. Rosella accepts and is transported to Tamir, where Genesta explains that Lolot, the evil fairy, has stolen her talisman, which she will need to send Rosella home. Additionally, if not returned in 24 hours, Genesta will die. You're directed to Lolot's castle in the mountains. Genesta returns home to rest, and you're left to face the world by yourself. Free now to roam the world, the first place I often run into is the Seven Dwarfs' house. I remember quite vividly the first time I found it as a kid. It was the first place I really interacted with in the world. If you look around their house, you'll notice it's quite messy. If you clean up, the dwarfs come home and reward you with a meal. One leaves a pouch of diamonds behind. If you return this pouch to them in the mine, you'll get to keep the pouch and are given a lantern. You'll need both later. Wandering the landscape, you'll find other characters as well, such as Pan the Satyr. A wandering minstrel, and a unicorn, to name a few. You can just go directly to Lolot's castle. She would lock you up in a cell, but her son Edgar likes you, so instead she gives you a chance to prove your worth. First she asks you to capture and bring her the unicorn. You need to shoot it with an arrow from Cupid so it doesn't run away, and get a bridle so it can be ridden to Lolot's castle. The bridle is a tricky thing to find. I never found it as a kid. It's located in the bow of a boat on an island you arrive at after being swallowed by a whale. To top it off, you can't return to this island, so if you don't find it, you're stuck. Upon taking the unicorn to Lolot, she will give you a second task, fetching the hen that lays golden eggs from the ogre's house. This is a much smaller task than the first one. All you need is the bone from behind the waterfall. Once you have the hen and escape the ogre, Lolot requests that you retrieve Pandora's Box. This puzzle focuses on the haunted house. Be sure to get the scarab from the witches first, as the undead will pursue you near the house. The puzzle here is fairly straightforward. You'll eventually get a key to the tomb where Pandora's Box is. Lolot is of course suitably pleased with the 3 items you acquire for her. She decides to reward you by having you marry Edgar. If you don't act, you'll get one of the alternate endings where Rosella is forced to marry Edgar and never sees her family again. So after everyone is asleep, you sneak into Lolot's room and shoot her with the remaining arrow from Cupid's bow. Lolot dies because pure love poisons her evils somehow, so grab the talisman. Edgar graciously lets you have the run of the castle after her death. This is an opportunity to put things right on the way out of the castle. For a full score run, you need to free the unicorn, return Pandora's Box to the tomb and lock it in, and take the hen with the talisman to Genesta. Hopefully you've remembered the magic fruit, otherwise you get another alternate ending where King Graham dies. If you have the fruit and return to Genesta with the talisman, the day is saved, and you return to Daventry just in time to save your father. I got this game when I was about 11 years old from a friend of my older brother's. It was the first adventure game I ever played. Back then we didn't have online guides, so I never completed it as a kid. Despite this, I still really enjoyed playing it. Recently, I played it with my daughter, who enjoyed the artwork and music. Her favourite part being Lolot's castle near the end. King's Quest IV was technically impressive for its time, being the first Sierra game to utilise the SCI engine. It's also the first to have wider support for sound cards, mouse support, and a female protagonist. However, these things aren't what made this game timeless. That comes from the artwork, music, and effort that has gone into the puzzles and story. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.